healthy relationships are just a really important part of any staff, lay leader, committee relationship. How we engage with one another and engaging in a way that's healthy and transparent and safe. We want to have safety as well. So this is from some of the Healthy Congregations training. I don't know if you have taken that training. If you haven't, when it comes around, I encourage you to go. That's really, really useful training particularly for staff, just understanding how the congregation is a system and how, the rubber band theory, how movement in one corner affects another, and how sometimes the relationships are the things that are happening, for instance, in a conflict situation, may have nothing really to do with us and our work. It may have to do with sort of overlapping situations and overlapping stories in people's lives. So the healthy community, the healthy congregations is really interesting balcony sort of overview of what congregational life may be like. But in a healthy relationship, people are willing to be truthful. They are willing to respond to one another and engage in creative conversation, even when that conversation is around perhaps a conflicted issue. And people are not angry. People are not secretive. They come willingly to the table, and they're focused on a mission. They have a common mission, a common purpose in the life of the congregation, and they come together knowing that that's really what they're there for. We develop caring relationships with one another. We have, I don't know if any of you are engaged in small group ministry, but before small group ministry sort of as a programmatic feature became prominent, the primary way that people developed those intimate small group relationships in a congregation was through committee work. And so this was good because it was part of the glue that helped people feel they belonged in a congregation. But sometimes, of course, if you had unhealthy behavior in a committee, that could kind of impact the work that they were able to do. So developing caring relationships, think a little bit about covenant and how we can be really clear about what those caring relationships might entail. Another aspect of healthy congregations is that people are empowered. People feel empowered to work towards the mission. They, in some congregations, we talk about it being a permission-giving culture, where people have permission and feel empowered to find creative solutions, to use their gifts and talents in ways that benefit a greater whole, without feeling that they need to have this constant check-in, check-back kind of cycle that happens, that people feel they have some personal authority to do the work in a way that works best for them. And that is my dog, if you're hearing that dog. Sorry. So one of the biggest challenges of working in congregations, of course it's not particular to congregations, but it seems to sometimes be a particular issue, is the way that our roles overlap. Sometimes it is really, really difficult to discern kind of where is my role different from yours, and am I just an extension of you? The committee might say, is the work I'm doing am I just doing work for you? Am I the religious educator plus? And the religious educator may have you're involved with worship, if you're involved with music, you may have confusion around where your role is really strongly differentiated with other staff members. So this is a soup that we are in, and we can't change that. But what we need to do is we need to work towards kind of creating some clarity. The overlapping roles can lead to a sense of confusion. I don't really know if that's my job or not. I'm really uncertain. It can lead to conflict. That's probably the most common thing is, whoa, hey, you're over on my turf now. Or it can lead to what I call a black hole, which is that everybody is feeling uncertain about whose job something might be, and so nobody does it. It just gets set aside because there's too much, there's conflict or there's a difficult conversation involved in answering the question, whose work is this? Overlapping roles can also lead to really exciting things. It can lead us to make new connections and to find new ways that we can do our work and new ways that we can fit into the kind of the overall puzzle of the congregation. A religious educator maybe finds their role is overlapping, for instance, with the music minister or a musician, director of music. And they might end up collaborating and finding a way together to bring music into the classrooms or to create some children's choir or an event. So it can when those roles overlap, if we take the time to kind of negotiate whose work is this really, that can lead us into new collaboration. It can also lead us into finding a new passion. We can find things that we can be challenged and find that there are things that we've never done before that we really enjoy. And so it has both positive and challenging aspects to it. And as I said, it's there. It's in the soup of congregational life. And our greatest tool is just awareness, is understanding that there can be overlap of roles, there will be overlap of roles, and that leads to confusion, and then maybe to conflict, and we just need to be transparent in communication. So clarity is a really